you know. But what they did was they did not kill Dormammu. He's just locked in his own realm.
Right.
You know, now Doctor Strange is about to go back, and we're going to see Dormammu again because he's gone into the realm with Clea.
And Dormammu is going to be pissed.
It's going to be pissed.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's real pissed.
Yeah.
And you got to wonder, what is he going to do? Because he doesn't have the time stone anymore.
Right.
So you're going to have to defeat him a whole different type of way now.
Yeah, well, he has that third eye now, so.
Yeah, he got the third eye. They give him a little bit because we're about to use it.
So.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. That's the thing that you know, when I'm watching these movies, like because you and I watched the Quantum Mania. It sounds like a WWE event.
Right.
But we was watching that, and I was like, you know, because when the thing that got me excited in that movie, and we're gonna hit on it, was the Kangs at the end.
All those the Council of Kangs.
Oh my God! When I saw that, man, I was just like, it was a comic-gasm for me. You know, I was like, wow, this is the biggest thing that they've ever did. And Al and I had to talk, and my mind was racing the whole time, thinking like, how are they gonna do this? This is
right.
Because
right.
If you know Kang in the comic book, you know this dude ain't a joke. You know what I'm saying? I don't care about no Thanos. I don't care about anything. This dude is not a joke. Right. So, you know, when I'm thinking about, the them going into, multiverses and talking about gods and all this other stuff, you know, I'm thinking about the common person who's not in tune with comic books, who has no idea what the comic books that this stuff that it even come from a comic book. I kind of look at it like, will they get it? You know,
right?
Will they be able to stick to it? Because I've seen multiple people, they go into it. I just don't understand that one. They'll say I like Captain America movie, but I don't understand, that Avengers movie. They'll say stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? You sit there and explain it to them, but I don't got time to, I'm have to be you're seeing our human through the comic books. You know what I'm saying? You're seeing our geek. I don't have time for that. So that's the thing that I wonder about. Will it get too overwhelming? The plots and jumping from different universe and going here and doing that. Because I can just hear somebody like, I don't understand why there was two different Batmans in the movie. I'm like,
right.
So it just
that's why they have friends like us to explain it.
Yeah. And I'm like, they were in a whole different universe. They said, well, I don't understand. Why can't it be the same guy in all the universes?
Dude, sometimes it make me so frustrated. I'm like, well, you just stay stupid.
Yeah, just stay
stupid.
I'm
tired of explaining it.
Yeah, I don't understand. So, I mean, because I've literally had to, these talks with people and everything. So it's just for the average person, who just can't wrap their mind around it. That's what
right.
And that kind of goes back to what you were saying earlier. If people opt out of it, there won't be any more movies because they're not making no money from it.
Right.
It all ties into one another. You have to kind of walk them through it. You have to kind of baby step them. You have to dumb it down a little bit so they can grasp it enough to be intrigued enough to.
Right. You need to have Loki in order to be able to get Quantum Mania done.
Yeah.
You need to have that.
You need to have a series. You need to have the series that they can watch over and over every day, and get it, and so they can digest it.
Right.
All right. So I guess like I said, that Flash trailer, we're very excited about what's coming up. Did y'all see the James Gunn announcement?
I haven't. No.
Okay. Let me go through this because I think this is going to be. Okay. All right. That's it.
It's cool.
James Gunn was
he
recently
spoke
announced as
on every.
co-chairman
Well,
of DC
we sort of
Studios.
piggyback, and I hadn't even seen. I've heard that he was going to use certain characters, but
Yeah.
he's saying everything that we wish would happen.
Right. And that's why I showed it, because that's why I asked if you've seen it, because because I know that, like I said, continuity was Sonny's concern, and
I believe it when I see the trailers.
well, you've seen one trailer. It's this Flash.
Yeah, it's
But
coming.
one
about.
trailer does not make continuity. It's like,
but I mean, I think
first of anything is not annual.
The biggest thing is him introducing him and as a co-CEO, meaning
right.
He had him and someone else have the power.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Of course, I know there's a board. I know it's people above them. They don't have caveat to spend all the money, but they have. When he introduced that as CEO and him being able, that says a lot for me. So
right.
I don't. I'm not doubtful. I'm just intrigued to see what's going to happen. All right, so I guess we can move on. Skip that one. So the next big thing, and I know I mentioned it earlier, is there's this big uproar amongst fans about the MCU. They're calling the MCU the MSHU because of this big rush of female characters that are coming into the MCU that are taking over the male slots. Just to put it in context, the MCU is trying to have be more inclusive when it comes to race, be more diverse when it comes to race and also gender. Well, I should say that. So when it comes to race and gender, they're trying to be more inclusive. A lot of these heroes were created in a time where there was no inclusivity. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Right.
That let's just put it out, because a lot of people are not really understanding the context of what's going on. So I think Batman and Superman, there was in the 20s or 30s, created in 20s, 30s. So let's put ourselves in a social climate back then of how many female heroes did you think they would even take to back in those times? How many Hispanic or Black heroes do you think they would have took to in those times? You see what I'm saying? So
right.
the majority of the heroes that were created during those times are all white males.
Right.
Not saying there were no females, because there was Wonder Woman, and there were a few others. So, but when you looked at the whole, they were far and few in between. And then you have to look in context. The first Black superhero, that comic book was Black Panther, and that came out in July of 1966.
That no. Well, yeah, he's yeah, I can see that. He's not the first superhero to have his own book, though.
No, not
yeah,
the first.
he was. Yeah, he was in Fantastic Four. Yeah.
So that's 30 some years after all these heroes were created, after the Batmans, after the Superman, after Captain Americas, after the Iron Mans, all these superheroes and everything were created. So most of this stuff was already established and the trend was already started. So now we're living in a time, we're in 2023, where people want to be more represented in the I say the commodity that we're purchasing. We want to be more represented into it. So now you have more Black superheroes. You have more female superheroes. And a lot of people are saying, okay, well, you know, the MCU, they're pushing an agenda. And I'm like, well, I said, doesn't me personally, I think every movie pushes an agenda. I don't understand, you know, whether it be political or whatever, it's an agenda somewhere that's being pushed in every movie. Right. There's a plot, there's an agenda. Because you don't have, you know, you have to get something. Whether the agenda is love and, you know, stay married, or whether it's break up and, you know, cheat, whatever, there is an agenda. Right. The thing that I don't understand about this particular frustration is why, when I understand that you grew up with these characters, you grew up with the Iron Man, you grew up with all these different characters and everything. Why is it that a woman coming into and taking the place of it bothers you?
Because we're still caught in a racist, misogynist society. The ultimate slap to the face is Superman, because you brought a alien and made him a white male.
Right.
You know, Superman could have been green. He's supposed to have been an alien.
Right.
You know, so
I mean, technically,
it's that God syndrome. We made him in our own image.
Well, I mean, I know I'm going to get super political, and I'm going to say some stuff it's going to be ultra wild to somebody, but I can prove it in the Bible. Jesus is not a white blonde guy.
Right. Okay.
The fact that if you go to your church and you have that picture of a Caucasian blonde guy on your wall, and I know when people hear that, they say, "Well, you saying he's black?" I'm just saying, all I'm saying is he's not a fair skinned blonde guy.